Welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter, your home for all things relating to smart home technology. In this episode, we're going to be talking about using the DockCase NVMe with your smart home, and this is part one in what might be a pretty lengthy series. Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and we're going to be working on this together. For any items mentioned in this episode, there are affiliate links in the description. If you click on these links, I may get a small commission, but that won't affect the price you pay for the item. If you want to get notified when new content is uploaded, please click on subscribe and enable notifications. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about using the DockCase Explorer Edition NVMe enclosure with your smart home. This is going to be part one. This may end up being a pretty lengthy series because there's a lot that this can be used for. Now you can use any of the DockCase NVMe enclosures. I just happen to pick this one, the Explorer Edition, because you get to see inside the unit all the time, and it was something different. Now what we'll first start off with is getting the DockCase NVMe enclosure all set up, and the good folks at DockCase even include the tool you're going to need to open the enclosure. You'll just need to have a 2280 or other size NVMe SSD. I went for the 2280 because that's just, I happen to have a 1 terabyte one that was needing to be used. Now, number two is implementing portable apps on Windows. And if you've never heard of portable apps, oh, this is something you really need to take a look at, because it's a collection of apps that don't have to be installed. They reside solely on the NVMe, and you can do everything from having an office type suite to a terminal emulator, to some diagnostic software, even web browsers. So it's a handy little package to have in your bag of tricks. Then we're going to show how to do portable apps on a Mac using something called Crossover. Now, you can also do this with Wine. The issue is Wine is a community supported application, so you're going to have to be pretty comfortable with command line and working on things, where Crossover is Wine but with a GUI. So that's going to make it a little bit easier to do. And then now you've got one application or suite of applications that will work on Windows and Mac, and you don't have to run with separate versions. And lastly, we'll go over a few things with protecting DockCase/portable apps from being damaged. Okay, well now we've moved over to my, I guess I'll call it my regular desktop. And we've already plugged in the dock case, but we're only seeing the local drive. That's to be expected. So we'll go down here and type disk manager, and it'll come up with create and format. Hard disk partitions. Okay, it's showing it as disk 1, which is fine because you're seeing disk 1 down here. It says unknown, so it doesn't know what to do with it. And it says 931, so you, even though we bought a 1 terabyte, you're still not going to get everything to it. We're going to leave it. Okay, I'm going to select master boot record only because if I go to use this on an older version of Windows, and this is on Windows 10, that I can still use it. Okay, so we'll click OK. And it says online, but so what we're going to do is do just a simple volume. And if you're a master of Windows, go right on past this. I'm doing this for those that may not really have set up an SSD or a second drive on a system. So we'll click on Next, and we'll take this volume size it's going to give us, and we'll just take the drive letter, and it very well could assign something else later on. Now it's going to go to NTFS. I'm going to go to exFAT because this way it's going to keep you to where you can use it on a variety of systems without having to add a piece of software or do something different to get it all to work. So what we're going to do here is we're going to type DockCase, and I'm just going to call it 1 terabyte. Well, all right, 1 terabyte. All right. Okay, I guess I was getting it too long for what it wanted to. Yeah, okay, it was too long. I don't name Windows drives a whole lot. So we'll click on Next and Finish. And voila! It's up and running. It's already mounted it. So yeah, we're fine here. Oh, and we'll download from PortableApps. We're going to go with the Windows version. They don't have a Mac version, but I'm going to show you how to deal with that. Okay, so we'll download from PortableApps.com, and it should start downloading here shortly. Okay, there we go. It asked for the name. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put it down on the DockCase drive. And once you'll see as I start adding, up. Oh, it's because I saved on the drive. I was looking in the download directory. Okay, that's fine. That's my fault. And we'll say English. And this is a new install. Portable, so we're going to install to a portable device. You can do cloud, local, you've got your choice here, but at this point we're going to install it on a portable drive. Select a custom location, and we're going to just take D drive because I'm going to leave this one. They've changed this install since I've last looked at it, so ow, I see what it did. All right, we're going to do, all right, and that's fine, documents and whatever, that's fine. Okay, we'll go with that. And we'll click on Finish. And then we'll click, okay, we can click Close here. Okay, so it's checking for files, which, okay, we don't really have anything yet. That's the whole process that you're going to do here. There is a lot to choose from here. You can't have too little, you can't have too much. You can add this as you go along. Each time you fire up the PortableApps executable, it will do a quick check to see if there's anything out there that you need to get updated. So it does a real good job with that. Okay, in education, there is a whole host of things here to, oh, there's Notepad. Oh, there we go. Notepad++. This is a handy one to have. If you've never dealt with it before, it is as close to a handy little editor as I'll ever have, especially if you're editing configuration files for a router or for a switch and then going to upload. It doesn't put some of the extraneous characters in it, some of the others will. So we will... So you've got quite a bit to work with here. And this is something that over time, look at the different utilities. I'm surprised they don't have a... No, they don't have a download everything. Of course, you'd have the connection tied up for a while. So let's go back here. And, oh, there's LibreOffice. Oh. Okay, we'll get LibreOffice because that's the one I have been using more in the past few years. It's personal preference. And there are other utilities that we're going to be talking about in the coming months of things to look at, what it will do, and save you a little bit of the lookup. So we'll click Install. And that's when you click Finish and you go back to the launcher. You'll notice that it's got everything categorized. So there's Notepad++, Office. Now, you will run across some things. Wireshark was one that I haven't looked at it lately, but it was available separately. So you will have to download the portable version, and I believe it should have a file extension of .pat. But this way you've got everything you want to have, and then every once in a while you may want to do a backup just so that you've got all the configuration taken care of. Well, I've shown you how to get this up and running under Windows, but I'm going to show you how to take the same thing and get it working under Mac. It's going to have a few limitations, but most of the apps I think you're going to want to use will be just fine. So we'll open up the zip, so it will take out the binary we're going to need for the Mac side. You've got a 2-week try window to make sure this is really going to work for you, and then to use it moving forward you will need to buy a license. But that's a reasonable approach, instead of having to buy it, find out it doesn't work, and then you go through the hassle of getting a refund depending on the company. There is a application compatibility page. So if you're looking at something other than PortableApps, you can go to the website, see what they know about it based on what other users have reported. So you're not left totally hanging out to dry. And we'll be finished here in just a moment. Okay, so you can either manually move this over to the applications folder, or you can just run it from here, and when it first comes up, of course, it's going to verify it to make sure it's been properly signed and ready to go. And so we can just say, yeah, move it to the applications folder. So that's getting crossover installed. And we'll click Try Now. So at this point, we're ready to go. So now we're going to have to get PortableApps installed. And there's more than one way to do it, and this is the way that I found will consistently work for me. So we'll type run command, and we've told it to use the bottle or the configuration container. And we'll browse, and we'll go down to DockCase, and here's the start exe that we'll use for PortableApps. You notice it's got volumes, DockCase 1B, which is the name of the DockCase NVMe container. And we will, okay, see, it says save command, and it's, okay, there we go. It just took it a second. it had to want to do it. Of course, you see it's got start. So that's not a problem. And there you go. You couldn't make it much simpler than that. And I was watching the display on the DockCase NVMe, and it barely even registered. Now here's all the stuff that I edit on the Windows side. So this really is, you can't make it much simpler than that. And here's something that I've seen a lot of reference to in some of the other YouTube videos, the Angry IP scanner. Okay, so we'll go fine, we'll go next. Yeah, all right, that's fine. So 10.0.1, fine, and we'll tell it to start. So it's finding things out there, and the port number is assigned to it. Okay, so that's a good indication that it's there. So what we'll go down here now, because see, now we've got the menu in place. We will go to, let's see, we'll go to Office. And now LibreOffice, the base piece, that one just does not want to play nice. And I haven't been able to figure out why. But that doesn't bother me. See, it starts up. Well, now see there, it made a liar out of me. So maybe it just had to get settled in right here. Okay, let's go here. All right, let's go. Okay, come on. Well, again, see, this is, okay, counter problem needs to close. That's fine. Now, if we go down here to, we'll call it Calc, which is spreadsheet program, and we're going to tell it not to send. So that comes right up 3, 4, and we'll do plus A1 plus A2. Okay, so it seems to work fine there. We can go ahead and do a save, because at this point we're going to, okay, we'll tell it's okay to allow that. And this is just going to take, there we go. Okay, so we seem to be able to browse the directory structure, and now you can see that you can get this to run on both Windows and Mac. I've hit some applications that don't like to work under crossover, but on the other hand, at least you've got an option. Now for the last thing we're going to cover, and that's going to be protecting DockCase and Portable Apps setup that you've just created. And some of this you'll want to do on a periodic basis, some will be on and as is. Now the first thing we'll want to do is periodically back up the DockCase and Portable Apps configuration. And if you add some other stuff or other apps to the drive, which I know I'm going to be, you can easily do this from the Portable Apps menu. Just make sure you back up to a different drive, because if you back up to the same drive, even if you've got room, if something happens, you've lost your backups, and you may have lost everything. So either keep a secondary SSD specific for backups, and the only time you pull it out is when you go to do a backup, or back up to a drive that's got plenty of space that, again, you only use for certain things, just so that you keep things as safe as you can. Now, the other thing to look at is, then this is done from the DockCase unit itself, is look at using read-only mode. And if this is when you're doing any sort of file repair, antivirus. There's a host of apps in PortableApps that this would apply to. You want to make the DockCase device read-only. So what you'll do is you'll do a long press of the button and then short presses until you get to the read-only mode, and then you'll hold that for I think a couple of seconds is what seems to work for me. And then go down to the restart option, and then you can bring the device up in a read-only mode. So you're adding a layer of protection, because I've had antivirus tools. There was a utility in Windows I had one time that kept wiping out files on PortableApps. So this is something very handy to know about. And then when you're through running that one particular application, then go back into the menu on DockCase and take it out of read-only mode, and then you should be ready to go. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see videos on the screen that are similar to the one you've just watched, or other content that YouTube thinks you might be interested in. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button and enable notifications. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.